Every single day, we're bombarded by noise. Arguments on social media, manipulative ads, political talking points. But what if you had a secret weapon to cut right through it? A superpower that lets you spot weak arguments and see through manipulation instantly. That superpower is understanding logical fallacies. They're the hidden flaws in reasoning used to persuade you. And on this channel, Beat the Noise, we're gonna decode them. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a toolkit with the 5 most common fallacies, allowing you to think more clearly and protect yourself from being misled. First up, one of the most common fallacies, the straw man. This is when someone misrepresents or distorts an opponent's argument to make it weaker or more extreme, and then attacks that distorted version. Instead of fighting the real argument, they build a flimsy straw man and knock it down. To see how this works, let's look at a classic example from the movie Thank You for Smoking, where a lobbyist father teaches his son how to win any argument.
Okay, let's say that you're defending chocolate, and I'm defending vanilla. Now, if I were to say to you, vanilla is the best flavor ice cream, you'd say,
no, chocolate is.
Exactly. But you can't win that argument. So, I'll ask you. So you think chocolate is the end-all and be-all of ice cream, do you?
It's the best ice cream. I wouldn't order any of it.
Oh, so it's all chocolate for you, is it?
Yes, chocolate is all I need.
Well, I need more than chocolate. And for that matter, I need more than vanilla. I believe that we need freedom and choice when it comes to our ice cream, and that, Joey Naylor, that is the definition of liberty.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Ah, but that's what I'm talking about.
But you didn't prove that vanilla was the best.
I didn't have to. I proved that you're wrong. And if you're wrong, I'm right.
But you still didn't convince me.
It's that I'm not after you. I'm after them.
Did you catch it? Let's break it down. Joey's original argument was incredibly simple. Chocolate is the best. That's it. But his dad, Nick, knows he can't win that debate. So he ignores it. Instead, he builds a straw man. He gets Joey to agree to a much more extreme position he never intended. By the end, Nick has twisted Joey's simple preference for chocolate into a tyrannical stance against freedom and choice. He's no longer debating ice cream flavors. He's debating liberty itself versus a world with only chocolate. He created a ridiculous, easy-to-defeat argument, a straw man, and attacked that instead of Joey's real position. It's a perfect, deliberate demonstration of this fallacy in action. Next, a fallacy you'll see constantly, especially in heated arguments, ad hominem, Latin for to the person. This is a lazy shortcut where instead of addressing the actual argument, someone attacks the character, origin, or a personal trait of the person making it. Let's see this in action during a tense argument from the movie The Avengers.
You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you.
I think I would just cut the wire.
Always a way out. You know, you may not be a threat, but you better stop pretending to be a hero.
A hero? Like you? You're a laboratory experiment, Rogers. Everything special about you came out of a bottle.
Let's break that down. The argument on the table is about what it means to be a hero and whether Tony Stark has the character to make a sacrifice. But notice how Tony doesn't defend his own character. Instead of addressing the point, he pivots and attacks Steve Rogers. He's trying to disqualify Steve from having a moral opinion by attacking his origin. The implication is your heroism is artificial, so your argument is invalid. This is a classic ad hominem. He ignores the argument and attacks the person. It's a huge red flag in any debate. This next fallacy traps us by limiting our options, the false dichotomy, also known as the either divided by or fallacy. It happens when someone presents only 2 options as if they are the only possibilities, deliberately hiding the full spectrum of choices to force a specific outcome. There's no better example of this than the legendary red pill or blue pill scene from the movie The Matrix.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. If you take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
This is a classic false dichotomy. Morpheus presents only 2 extreme choices. Go back to ignorant bliss or risk everything for the absolute truth. But are those really the only options? What about asking for more evidence, or time to process, or refusing both pills? Morpheus isn't trying to offer a fair choice. He's a man on a mission. He frames the situation as a stark, all-or-nothing decision to force Neo into making the leap of faith he needs him to make. It's a powerful manipulation tactic that you will see everywhere once you learn to look for it. Now for a fallacy that's all about pure misdirection. The red herring. This is a tactic where someone introduces a completely irrelevant and often confusing topic into an argument to divert attention from the real issue. The goal isn't to win the argument, but to make everyone forget what the original argument even was. The most legendary, over-the-top example of this comes from the show South Park, in a parody of the O.J. Simpson trial. The lawyer, Johnny Cochran, uses what is now famously known as the Chewbacca defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chewbacca. Chewbacca is a Wookiee from the planet Kashyyyk, but Chewbacca lives on the planet Endor. Now think about that. That does not make sense. Importantly, you have to ask yourself, what does this have to do with this case? Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, it has nothing to do with this case. None of this makes sense. And so you have to remember, it does not make sense. If Chewbacca lives on Endor, you must acquit. The defense rests.
What on earth does a Wookiee living on the wrong planet have to do with a murder trial? Absolutely nothing. And that's the point. It's a red herring. The lawyer introduces a bizarre, nonsensical argument designed to do one thing: confuse the jury. He's not trying to prove his client's innocence with facts. He's trying to distract from the prosecution's facts by throwing a smelly fish on the table. If you're in a discussion and suddenly the topic changes to something completely random and irrelevant, you've just been handed a red herring. Our final fallacy for today is a subtle but powerful one that is the engine behind countless conspiracy theories: the appeal to ignorance. This is the claim that something must be true simply because it hasn't been proven false. In this classic clip from the X-Files, listen to how Agent Mulder uses this exact reasoning to argue for the existence of a paranormal creature.
Discovery of rabies. But is it so outlandish to believe that some legends are based on actual occurrences and not just ignorance? To which I know what you're going to say, Scully. You're going to say, but Mulder, it defies every known law of science and nature. Exactly, Scully, every known law. What if this creature that we've stumbled upon is here to create a whole new paradigm for our understanding of life itself? Or maybe science was used to create this unnatural being. Maybe this is some GMO experiment run amok by some military agro big pharma corporation. Maybe.
Did you see the logical leap? Mulder's argument is simple. Scully can't immediately explain the phenomenon with conventional science. And because she can't, he implies his extraordinary explanation, in this case, an unknown monster must be the right one. That's the appeal to ignorance. He's using the absence of a conventional explanation as positive proof for his own paranormal theory. Scully, the critical thinker, pushes back. She correctly points out that just because we don't have an easy answer right now doesn't mean we should jump to a supernatural one. The most honest answer when there's no evidence is simply, we don't know. And there you have it. The straw man, ad hominem, false dichotomy, the red herring, and the appeal to ignorance. This isn't about winning arguments, it's about understanding them. It's about recognizing the noise so you can focus on what's real. From now on, when you hear someone twist an argument, attack the speaker, limit your options, distract you with something totally irrelevant, or claim something is true just because it hasn't been disproven, you'll recognize the flawed logic. You'll hear the alarm bell in your head. You'll be able to beat the noise. This is your essential starting kit for critical thinking. The more you practice spotting these fallacies, the sharper your mind will become. What's a logical fallacy you've noticed recently? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to see what you found. And if you want to keep equipping yourself with the tools to understand a complex world, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Beat the Noise. Thank you for watching. Keep thinking critically.